Welcome to Entrepreneurs We Like. I'm Chet, Marketing Manager for Business Instincts Group, here today with Devesh. So Devesh, if you don't mind sharing some of the history on what it looked like for you on your road to entrepreneurialism.
Well, my road to entrepreneurialism, I started very early. I started when I was just a 14 years old kid, and the way it started is it was out of a need to make some money because I was addicted to reading comics books, and I had two garage full of comics books, and my parents really wanted to discipline me to not spend my allowances and all my money over these comics books. So they actually stopped my allowance, and here I was like really addicted to reading these books. So I wanted to make some money, and I was at school, I was at the library, and I see these kids coming in and going out, just giving the books back and bringing more books in for them. And the idea just hit off. I was like, yeah, you know what, I can do the same. Instead, I can just charge because I'm giving these comics books. So I partnered with two more friends of mine who were big readers, and we collected all our books in one of the garages, and we started our comic books rental company. Long story short, our friends of friends of friends, everybody took the books, our comics books, but nobody came back to return them. And that's how the business actually ran into the ground in 2.5, 3 months. That left a taste of entrepreneurship, and more importantly, a taste of failure in my mouth that, quite frankly, I can taste as if it was yesterday. And that always kept me going. So I went on to finish my high school, and after that I started an event management and marketing group that we took from $1,000 to 6 figures for all three of us friends, the same friends that we started the comics book company with. And it went very well. Within a year, we all three were making 6-figure incomes, which was awesome. We ran it for 3 years. And after that, I realized I wanted to do more, perhaps get an MBA or something. So I moved to America, New York, United States, and I did my MBA there, graduated with perfect GPA, but little did I know that I would be going to the corporate prison in a cubicle. I broke my own 9-to-5 jail back 2 years ago, and now I just help other entrepreneurs do the same.
Speaking about breaking the 9-to-5 jail, I'm curious to know how many entrepreneurs have you helped break free from that jail so far?
In the last 2 years, I have helped around 40 to 50 entrepreneurs. And there are so many entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs who come to me for help, where I would just do a one-on-one coaching session. Breaking the 9-to-5 jail, to a very good extent, it's not just about getting out of the 9-to-5 and starting your own business. It's also more about finding what's your true calling. Maybe maybe you're just not happy in the job because it's, as I said, it's not the right fit. So there is a lot that goes on. But I would say around 40 to 50 people have already broken the 9-to-5 jail, and you could be one. So.
Well, I definitely agree with you. It's all about finding your passion. And here at Big, we really believe in, if you're not waking up in the morning and you're not inspired to go to work, then you really need to ask yourself, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
So in line with that question, what inspires you? What do you wake up in the morning and say, I'm excited for today because?
It is because of now I do what I love to do. As you just mentioned, I have found my true calling, which is being an entrepreneur myself. And at the same time, now that I know the message, now that I know what I can do, help others do the same as well. So that is what wakes me up in the morning and keeps me up at the night too. So that's how I do it. I really love what I do. I love talking to these people. All these coaching sessions that I do, all the blogs that I write, all the guest posts that I do. I totally love it. That's what inspires me. What also inspires me is being connected in the entrepreneurial ecosystem of the city. And even globally, I have clients in India and in Brazil and wherever. Wow. These people are talking to me over Skype and whatnot. I love it because I see so many different perspectives on the same topic of entrepreneurship. I see how some people, the vision is to actually create the next big thing and probably get venture capital or whatever and create the next Google or Facebook. Yet on some other, topics, I see there are people who want to make some nuts and bolts kind of businesses happen. Maybe start a dry cleaning, maybe start a very nuts and bolts kind of business. Maybe start a salon, maybe start some sort of service-based business. So there are so many different perspectives itself on entrepreneurship, and all these entrepreneurs bring so much energy. I mean, they feed energy to me when I talk to them too. And I think that's a very mutual relationship where I try to feed them as much energy and as much information and inspiration as I can. And talking to these really passionate people gets me driven like crazy.
Oh, I totally know what you're talking about. So one of the reasons why we have this series is for entrepreneurs to share advice with other entrepreneurs. So if you had one piece of advice to share with people in Calgary specifically, what would you say?
Do not look for something or anything that you think is get rich quick. If that's your definition of entrepreneurship, you're doing something wrong. So if I'm just looking at, oh, you know what, why can't I just clone Groupon and start next Groupon and within 6 months I will be a millionaire? That is a wrong perspective towards entrepreneurship. And I warn a lot of people and a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs about that. Don't follow or clone a successful model as is and try to become try the get rich quick scheme. Same with any kind of network marketing or multi-level marketing, all those things. If you're being shown any kind of idea in a sense that, oh, it would make you rich really quick, don't do it, period. Because if it's too good to be true, probably it is. On the other hand, what I suggest is look at nuts and bolts kind of entrepreneurship where you have to make something happen. You have to make something work. And in terms of going back to cloning the successful models, yes, I can be successful if I clone that model with my own twist. So perhaps if you're cloning Groupon, adding your own twist to that model. What is it that you can do or this new clone of Groupon can do that Groupon is lacking right now? Could be a good idea. So improvisation is a better idea than cloning and trying to get rich quick. Try to get rich right, not get rich quick.
That's great. Words of wisdom. Thank you so much. And
thank you so much
for joining us today.
Thank you.
And if you would like to connect with Devesh, please see his contact information below.